Here we go. This is what we're working with today. I haven't done a full house clean in I don't know how long. We're in the middle of putting our Christmas decorations up. So everything came out of under the stairs, and I feel like I can't put them away until all the decorations are up and I'm finished with all the containers. We've got washing, we've got toys everywhere, aftermath from a wedding that we attended, things that I need to remember to do, like taking Mateo's 7th-month photos. We've got breakfast dishes, just everything. The island bench is the go-to place for absolutely everything. If you've got one, you know. And I always feel better when I can get that cleared. So that's the first thing I'm focusing on. There were some Christmas decorations sitting on the island bench, so instead of just shoving them off somewhere else, I decided to put in the batteries and actually put them somewhere. But you'll see me looking around because I got no idea where they're going to go. Also, I could have just put this aside to deal with later, but I decided to do it now. That's a calendar for 2026 that Archie made at his school. I then remembered that I had washing in the washing machine, so that's come out. Bread that's gone mouldy there, so I've thrown that away. More decorations, and I don't know where they're going to go, so those ones I did put aside to deal with later. And finally, a nice clean kitchen island. I absolutely love it. Give it a good scrub down. And you'll see in just a mini mo, I'm going to open the fridge, and that's when I see the chicken, which reminded me that I'm supposed to be cooking dinner tonight and lunch for tomorrow right now. So here I am deciding, coffee. So I make myself a coffee shot, and this is me really processing the fact that I've only got less than 3 hours now, and look at all the stuff I need to do. And there's baby over there. He is still napping. What am I going to cook? Oh, the process is going through my head. What am I going to focus on? And then we just get on with it. Okay. There's not much to cook with in our fridge, I realized as well. So we've got peas. I don't know why I bought peas like this. It takes about half an hour, and you get about 12 peas to actually get the peas out of the pod. But we had a few left, and here we go. I just use the vegetables, and I'm making shredded chicken and whatever. I think I had 1 can of beans and a half a bag of coriander. So that's what I made. Here I am doing the dishes. I also forgot about the coffee. So between doing the dishes and chopping various vegetables, I am continuing to make myself a coffee. You'll see I still haven't even had a sip yet, but we continue. The chicken finished in about 10 minutes, and I just let that cool for a moment while I finish chopping the veggies and the coriander, and then I will shred it. I just focus on the key flavors to make a nice dressing, which is usually lemon juice, olive oil, some sweetener. I like to add a little bit of chili if I can. This time I did that with some chili pickles. And then to add some more filling, I usually do a selection of nuts and seeds. So that's what I'm doing right now, toasting them in the pan, in a dry pan. I add some goji berries for sweetness. And then I also have an avocado there, which I'll chuck on top just to really fill us up for our dinner on the go. And also you can see I add mayonnaise. Mayonnaise makes everything delicious, and there's never enough mayonnaise, so taste it. And then I add more and more and more. So with that, finally, the meal prep is finished, and I'm just dishing them up into the takeaway containers, and I will chuck them in the fridge. And it was about at this point when I realized that I was absolutely starving and I wasn't going to be able to keep going if I didn't eat myself. So here I am making some eggs on toast and avocado with feta and balsamic, and then you get to see me sit and contemplate. I decided to really sit down. Sometimes I do this on the go as well. I just grab a bite as I continue to cook. And this was also an experience for me because my phone was recording. I had no phone to stare at, so I was left alone with my thoughts. And I don't remember what I was thinking about, but probably just about how much I needed to get done before I needed to go and pick up Camilo from daycare. So lunch was done, and I was back to cleaning. I've got a full rubbish bin there, all the dishes, dishes are a great place to start. Sometimes I leave them to last because I know no matter what I'll get the dishes done. But at this point it was just so chaotic in the kitchen, I felt like I couldn't focus on anything else, and cleaning the actual kitchen bench. Also the grill really needed a good clean, so that's what I'm doing here. You'll see that I do pop in and out of frame, or moving in and out of the kitchen. That's partly because I get distracted all the time and I move from one task to another without actually being finished with the last, but mostly at this point it's me checking on the baby because he's asleep in the lounge, and I noticed that he was like sleeping really close to the pillow, so I kept checking on him. I didn't want to move him because I didn't want to ruin this epic nap that he was having and allowing me to do the cleaning, so I just kept running out to look and make sure that he was not blocking in his airways in any way. And here I am finally putting the rubbish out. Everything is basically clean in my kitchen, at least what you can see, it's clean. I've replaced the liner in the bin so I can move on to the dining area. The first thing I like to do is get the washing out of there. I'm so lucky it was a beautifully sunny day, so I threw that out onto the deck. So here I am putting the washing out that I had done earlier. And in this view you'll see that I'm going in and out of the room a lot because I'm putting things away, things that need to go upstairs or just in other places in the house. So I've actually cut a lot of dead space out of this so you don't sit looking at nothing. But this is me folding up the costume that I wore for the Sangeet that we had attended and needs to be returned, so I'm just putting that away. I also needed to pack bags. One for my 2.5-year-old that was going to spend the night at his mumble and Grumps' house. So I need just to get everything sorted that he needs. And then I'm also repacking the nappy bag because we spend Fridays at the studio all evening, and I just make sure that I have a change of clothes and enough nappies, of course, everything that a mom needs for an evening out. So I guess not much actual cleaning, but a lot of sorting. Mateo had finally woken from his nap, so you'll see him come in now and give him lots of cuddles even though I am still working. I've decided to attack the bench up there, which is just the dumping ground. First it gets dumped on the island and then it moves over there, and then it will sit there until I do this and sort through all the paperwork, and it's always just so much rubbish I wish I threw away in the first place, but we just tend to stack it up and hold on to it for a wee while. And then of course mum duties, nappy change, and I'm running out of time now. Just gotta pick the main things that I can get done between now and when I need to leave to pick my son up from daycare. There's also a bunch of electronics and hard drives. I'm just trying to go through my hard drives at the moment and sort them out. There are several, some have been backups and some have unique things on them, so I just need to figure out everything and have a better system in place for how I deal with those. So they've all gone in the Santa basket and I'll have to deal with them another day. And a full wipe down of the table. Feels good to have a clean table. And that's all I had time for, so look at that. I didn't even touch the lounge. Felt pretty sad about that, but I did do a thorough clean of the kitchen. I felt really good about that. I spent a lot of time having to prep the meals. At least we get to eat. And the dining room is looking tidy. There's still the washing that's going to come in and fill that space later, but I feel really good about what I got done today.